So I am driving into work this evening. I've got like a 6-hour shift. It could, depending on sales, it might stretch out to about 6.5 hours. I'm going to try to take you along for the journey and give you a night in the life of a pizza driver. We'll have to see how this goes. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to film everything. I'm not necessarily wanting to embarrass myself, filming myself in front of all the Papa John's employees. So I don't know, we'll have to see how well this goes. But hang along for the ride, here we go. So first 2 deliveries down. One of those deliveries was on the campus of Radford University, which I am not real familiar with. And so I got a little bit lost on that one, but I found the building. I got, altogether it's going to take me about 20 minutes to make those 2 deliveries. And I got $3.33 in tips. So that's not bad, but not like super either, but good to go. How are you? Doing well, thank you. If you could sign the top receipt there, and you may keep the bottom. Thank you. Here is your pizza.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. You have a wonderful evening.
You too.
That's an interesting delivery. Actually delivered to my own house. I own that little apartment. Wish I owned a bunch more like it. Gave me an opportunity to see inside of it. Now I gotta go see if I can make the next delivery. She gave me $1 tip. All right, next delivery, and $3 more in tips. Just did a U-turn there. Well, that was a new experience for me. I had to make a delivery here to the university. We cannot enter the university buildings because they require a card pass to get into the buildings. And obviously I don't have that because I'm not a student at the university. But anyhow, we pull up in front of the door and then we'll call the person and meet them at the door. I called this girl 6 times with no answers. I took the pizza back to the store, and almost as soon as I got there, she called the store wanting to know where her pizza was. So just got it delivered. Thankfully, it's very close to the store, and got a $2 tip. Cha-ching, no big tips tonight, but just constantly chipping away on little small amounts. It's fine with me. A $2 tip I think is fair. I like it when it's not fair though, to my advantage. But anyhow, that's the way it is. Fair is fair. 2 more deliveries down, $2 each, total of $4 more in tips. So tonight so far is shaping up to be a pretty good night. And we haven't even hit what is normally our busy session, like around 7 o'clock p.m. seems to be busy. So really the factors that kind of go into how much or how well a driver does is, number 1, how busy is the store? How many orders are coming in? Number 2, how many drivers are out there making those deliveries? That's really the main factors, is number of orders, number of drivers. So you can have a large number of orders and a lot of drivers and not make a whole lot of money. You can have a medium number of orders and not a lot of drivers, and you can make pretty good money. So it's all kind of functional on that. But by and large, Friday nights and Saturday nights are your two best nights by and large. Just never fails. Those are the biggest pizza order nights. And then if you can throw in some type of a big game on top of that, lots of parties, lots of people getting together to watch games. I think like the March Madness, that was a lot of pizza ordered March Madness. But anyhow, those are some of the factors that go into how well a pizza delivery guy does. Another delivery down, that guy gave me a $5 tip. That was actually an interesting story on that one. He was not going to tip me at all. Once upon a time, I didn't say anything, but now I nicely ask. I say, if I notice that they're not going to leave a tip and I'm getting ready to go, I just very nicely say, would you like to leave a tip? And that guy said, well, yeah, sure. And he gave me $5. And I did it nicely and professionally. Another delivery down. This one was not very fun. My GPS was incorrect. Took me to the wrong location. Ended up having to call the individual to get better directions from him. And at the end of the delivery, I got only 67 cents as my tip. That's just downright offensive. Just so that everyone is aware, most delivery places do charge a delivery fee. That money it's not a tip. My income actually goes down. It's like I'm being paid the rate of a server while I'm on the road making a delivery. While I'm in the store, I'm being paid a little bit higher, so they keep up with the amount of time that I'm on the road and the amount of time that I'm in the store. And so it's like $4.30 something an hour while I'm making a delivery. So if there is no tip involved, I am actually making below minimum wage for the period of time I make that delivery. The tip should cover the service. Obviously, if there is bad service involved, then there should not be a very good tip. But if you call and want pizza to be delivered to your house, then expect to pay a tip. Do not call for a delivery if you have no intention of making a tip, because then you're asking for basically free service. If you don't want to make a tip, then we have carryout service. You can go get your pizza yourself. So that delivery fee that I mentioned, what does that cover? Well, I am driving my personal vehicle here. I have fuel expenses, I have maintenance expenses. You may have seen my video back a couple weeks where I spent like $430 something on this car. Well, guess what? Driving the vehicle to deliver pizzas causes maintenance issues over time, which I have to pay for. Papa John's doesn't pay for it, except through the delivery fee. So Papa John's charges $2.25, something like that, for a delivery fee. And then they pay me 6% of the sales to help compensate me for the cost. By and large, the $2.25 that Papa John's charges is greater than the 6% of the sales that they give to me. But that's just the way it works. There's nothing I can do about that. So that's to compensate me for fuel and maintenance expenses, not to give me extra money. It's not earned income. So this receipt's kind of, I can't see it, so I'm not sure what kind of tip he left me. But the other delivery I made tonight, I got a $2 tip. So on that delivery, I got a $3 tip. So kind of different tips of the trade, how to maybe increase your tips. It's tips for tips. That's what we'll call it, pun intended. And I'm still new to the trade, so I don't know that I have all the tips. Anybody that has some additional tips, I'd love to see them. Put them in the comments down below. So what can we do to increase our tips? The number one thing I try to do is just try to be friendly, smile, be nice, always compliment them on things, tell them good evening. You know, from the time I show up until the time I leave, I'm trying to smile and be nice. Number two, if they order anything extra, I let them know about it. Like the things they can order extra, such as extra sauces, extra peppers, drinks, you know, whatever it might be. I try to let them know they got it. Because surprisingly, a lot of people forget that type of thing. A third thing maybe that I try to do, I try to always look nice and professional, keep my shirt tucked in. That's really kind of hard not to do when you work for Papa John's, because they make sure that we look all uniform and professional. Let's see, number 4. Let me try to think here. Number 4. Oh, I already kind of covered it before. If they don't leave a tip, I just kind of nicely ask them. If they've already kind of indicated that they're not going to leave a tip, I just leave it alone. Sometimes they directly write on the receipt 0 in the tip slot. So those type of people, I don't say anything about it. I continue to act nice and professional. And that's just how I roll. Number 5, I'll have to think on that one. Maybe get back with you. Tip number 5, always carry a pen with you. I stick mine right there in my shirt. So that was a good one right there. Made 2 deliveries basically in the same apartment complex. $5 tips from each one. That's $10 total. I made $4.38 tip. Delivery, I got a $2 tip. Alright, just made another delivery, $5. Kind of got unlucky on this delivery because it was a long ways away. Got lucky again, went right back out to that same place that was so far away. I got $1.48. One other interesting note, interesting story on that last delivery, it was a delivery to 3 girls, and they asked me to come inside their house and hook up a DVD player. I told them that I was not allowed to enter their property, which is true, and they in turn tried to bribe me, first with money, and then, I'm trying to keep this G-rated here, they tried to bribe me with a favor. I just left. $2.75 tip. So I got $3.67 on that tip. And that does it. That's a night. It was basically that was right at an 8-hour shift. That's about the longest shift I've ever worked. I took 25 deliveries. Some of them were doubles, so it wasn't 25 runs, but 25 separate orders. And I've got almost $100 in my pocket. I need to count it. I can't remember exactly. It's 90 something. I think it was like $92 actually. But that's the most I've ever brought home in a single night, so it was excellent. If I could do that every night, I'd be a happy man, but I just can't. So that doesn't count the $7.30 something an hour that I make. So if we'll just round that off to $7 an hour for 8-hour shift. So that is $56. So 56 plus 92 would be 148, somewhere in there, almost $150. That's not bad for an 8-hour shift. That's nearing $20 an hour, right around that range. I'll have to do the math a little bit better, but tonight was a good night.